What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Andrew Martin Guitar YouTube video. I'm Andrew, and I'm really glad that you are here. So today, after a few requests from you guys, we are going to be doing part one of my 2020 rig rundown, and today is going to be all about my guitars. Now, before we begin, I want to let you know of 3 quick things that you can do to really help out this channel and this video. Number 1, please make sure you hit the like button, especially if you like what I'm doing. Pretty self-explanatory, but those go a long way. Number 2, please make sure if you like what I'm doing that you hit subscribe. This allows you to make sure that you never miss a video and you are always up to date on what's going on. And number 3, if you're going to subscribe, you might as well hit the bell icon to make sure that not only are you up to date, but you get notified each time a new video goes on. But I am excited to dive in talking about these beautiful guitars over here. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so before we begin, I want to make it known that all 4 of the guitars over here are of one single brand, and that brand is Glory Guitars. Some of you may know this, but I love Glory Guitars. I have been using Glory Guitars for about 4 or so years now, and I love Jim, the owner and one-man ringmaster of the whole thing, even more than his guitars. Jim is a wonderful person. And it has just been a blessing to know him and his family. So if you don't know, Glory Guitars is a one-man operation. Jim does everything from speccing out the builds to building everything by hand. He gets the bodies and the necks and he puts them all together with love. He does all of the finishing himself, the relicking. Once he gets the pickups in from Lindy Fralin, he ages all of those covers and everything. I mean, every last detail is handled personally by Jim himself. And I've got to tell you, his guitars are works of art. So throughout this video, you'll see as I introduce each of these guitars, there will be some close-up shots of each one, and I'm hoping that you will be able to see the beauty in the detail that I have come to love. Jim's guitars are great, they play well, they sound great, and every single one of them, the first time you pick it up, feels like it's been broken in and been played for years at a time. So let's get into the first guitar. First up is the Glory Guitars Shepard TLST. This is my personal favorite guitar I've ever owned. Now, I love the other 2 guitars I have of Jim's. I love them dearly, but this one has a special place in my heart. I have always been kind of a single coil guy in general, and I've loved Telecasters as long as I've been playing, but this takes the T-style guitar, the thin line style of guitar, and just takes it a complete step further. Into excellence. And so he's got a Fralin big single coil in the bridge. He's got a Fralin noiseless P90 with Almaco rods in the neck. This binding is just gorgeous. The neck is great. It's incredible. And this thing sounds incredible. I do a lot of playing for worship settings and for ambient guitar stuff in my spare time. And this guitar has all of the tones that I need to nail anything in those 2 realms that I need. But this thing can rock too, don't get me wrong. It can handle distortion, it can handle high gain tones super, super well. But the trim that it's got on it, this Duesenberg trim, is incredible. It's better than any Bigsby I've played. I'm gonna go ahead and start an argument in the comments by saying that, but whatever. This thing is the best tremolo I've ever used, and I have them. I have one of my other guitars as well, and it has a mastery bridge as well. So the tuning stability is great. I literally can't say enough good things about this guitar, but it's my number 1 for a reason. You've seen it, you'll probably see it in a lot of my videos. And if you're interested in the tones for this guitar specifically, I have a tone walkthrough and a worship tone walkthrough for this guitar specifically, and I will link that in the description below. All right, next up is the Glory Guitars SS. So this is a Strat style guitar, as I'm sure you can tell. With a humbucker single coil configuration, and this one is special to me in a different way than the Shepard, because this one is the first guitar that I actually partnered with Jim and built from the conception of the idea to actually having it in my hand. So we got together, I told him what I wanted, I told him about the shell pink color and the relicking, and he nailed it, let me tell you. This thing is beautiful, it plays well. This trim is incredible. It's got lots of sustain and it stays in tune super, super well. But these pickups really shine. He's got a modern PAF that has been custom wound to his own specifications, and then he's got 2 Fralin Blue Special pickups in the middle and the neck, respectively. So positions 2 and 4 sound incredible, but if you need a little bit more than a normal Strat style bridge pickup can offer, you just flip that down and you've got all the growl and the rock of a humbucker style pickup. But this thing is great. This is my go-to guitar. If I need a little bit of a Swiss Army knife instrument, or if I'm playing any fusion or any, I should say attempting to play any fusion, or playing any jazz or blues, or something that requires like a nice full clean like position 4 tone, but then I need to jump down and do some distortion playing. And just the same as the Shepard, links to a tone walkthrough video and a worship tone walkthrough video can be found for this specific guitar in the description below, so check those out as well. All right, so last but surely not least, we have the Voice of Thunder. Now I actually have 2 of these here. This one is my own personal guitar. This one is actually one of a kind as well. It's pretty special because this was a test run with using a mastery bridge on a Voice of Thunder model, and this is the only one in existence. So it's kind of special. I snagged it, I played it one weekend at church, fell in love with it, and it's been history ever since. But this thing is really cool because it kind of combines the offsetness of a Jazzmaster or a Jaguar, but you get all of the sounds from these pickups that you would from like a Gibson style guitar. Though it's so much more than that. So like the SS with the humbucker in it, this is the same modern custom wound PAF, and this is Fralin's Firebird neck pickup. I love this pickup. I mean, I love the humbucker, but I love this pickup because it's got a really nice clarity to it. It's got a nice snap and a nice pop. You can really like get into some funk territory with that pickup if you clean it up, and it handles higher gain tones really well. But this is the guitar if I'm doing anything higher gain, or if I'm tracking something for someone that requires a lot of distortion. This is the guitar that I normally pick up and at least begin with to get a feel for what I'm going to do. I love the color of this, partially because it reminds me of the child from The Mandalorian, and partially because it reminds me of Sprite, both of which I love a great deal. So this is a great guitar, but you're probably wondering, well, why does he have 2? Well, this is generation 2 of the Voice of Thunder. So this is actually not the latest generation. Luckily, I happen to have a generation 3 Voice of Thunder here with me. I've had it on loan from Jim, and I've got to say, I didn't think the original Voice of Thunder model could be improved, but he's done it again. This has got the same custom wound, custom Fralin PAF, modern PAF. It's got the Firebird pickup, and on the surface, it's the same Voice of Thunder. It's got the Duesenberg trim that the other one has. Again, love these tremolos. But you'll notice there's an extra switch down there at the bottom, and that switch is what Jim calls the glory switch. The cool thing about this switch is that it's basically magic, and it's basically an instant rock switch. But it's really cool because when you flip this up and you engage it, it actually bypasses the volume pot, the tone pot, and takes this pickup straight to the output of the guitar through a custom analog circuit that Jim designed himself. And so it's basically an instant lead switch. You flip this up, and no matter what your pickup configuration, no matter what your volume and tone settings are, it immediately just goes straight into rock mode. And so it's like having a preset built into your guitar. Super cool. I've messed with this feature a lot, and there are so many practical implications of this in a live setting. You could have things set super dark. You could be doing like jazz chords or something, or maybe have the tone a little bit rolled off in a rhythm setting and flip that up and go straight into a lead. You can do some really cool like underwater sounds with the tone all the way off if you're playing something ambient, and then you flip that, and then you can cut and get more clarity into your playing immediately without having to step on any overdrives. It's a killer feature. So if you were looking for a humbucker style guitar, you should definitely consider the Voice of Thunder. Don't hesitate to go to Jim's website. I'll have the link in the description below. Reach out to him, contact him, and see what you guys can build together today. And like the other 2 guitars, I don't have any demo videos of the Gen 2 quite yet, but I have a full tone walkthrough and a worship tone walkthrough using that same Voice of Thunder Gen 3 that I will also link in the description below. But all in all, I would highly suggest giving Glory Guitars a chance. Again, Jim's a great guy. He's a great heart, and I think what he's doing is really special and really unique. But this has been part 1 of 2 of my 2020 rig rundown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at my pedal board. So please make sure that you hit the like button, that you are subscribed, and that you hit that bell icon to make sure you know when that goes live. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you've ever been on my Instagram or been on some of my other YouTube videos and wondered about what I do with my pedals and how I use them, that's going to be the video for you. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I can't wait to see you guys again